Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of the most notable and important changes that happened in the Epic update. There are tons of changes in this update, so I'm going to be taking out all the most important and exciting ones and showing them to you guys. Alright, let's start by talking about the major changes to robberies. We now have a dedicated UI element to announce the robberies instead of just having a chat message. This appears early for boss players as well. Active robberies now no longer close when a new group begins, and if one of those robberies is a moving robbery, like the plane, train, or boat, it'll just start the next one without waiting. The tomb is now a 2-player open, which is an interesting change to say the least. The oil rig also experienced a reduction in difficulty, specifically the NPCs are now easier, and you get a visual timer when the oil rig is about to explode, so now you don't even have to bother looking at the TNT on the wall. The robbery groups are now 7 minutes instead of 10 minutes, so you'll see those change a lot faster. And finally, for the last big robbery change, the power plant no longer closes after one person robs it. It will always stay open for a minimum of 4 minutes. And this is probably my favorite change by far of this update, because it is so annoying when someone just goes and robs the power plant, and you need the power plant for a contract, and there you go, it's closed, and you gotta wait another 40 minutes for it to open again. Bounties got an overhaul. We now have a cleaner UI, a revamped bounty board, and the SWAT phone has been modified to no longer provide CCTV access. Now it displays bounties instead. However, rest in peace to the CCTV access feature. I use it all the time to track big bounty players. Private servers got a bunch of new commands, including Tank Royale, where you battle with tanks, the racetrack command, which summons a huge racetrack with fully functional garages, music, lap times, everything. The Play Live command's permission was lowered to server admins, so now you can play any live event you want. This was actually previously in the game, but you just couldn't access it and it was broken and buggy, but now you can play with it. A bunch of miscellaneous commands were added: the pop command to pop tires, the eject command, a drowning toggle, a firework command, and a PvP toggle. Home's got a couple new features. There are new dog houses that allow you to spawn your dog in your home, and you can now search for items just like in the garage. And finally, after so many years of people asking for this, aerial spawning has been added. You can now find helipads around the map that allow you to spawn helicopters. Unfortunately, you cannot spawn planes, and I really hope that someday they'll add planes to the aerial garage. And I wonder if aerial spawning will ever become its own game pass. Alright, so those were all of the big notable groups, but let's quickly run through some of the more minor changes that I think are the most important. When you jump out of a helicopter, you now no longer get stuck in midair. There's no lag back, there's no anti-cheat, it's just you smooth gliding to the ground. You can now get a megaphone in VC servers that amplifies your voice. A lot of OG features were brought back, like the camera transition when you get in a vehicle, and the old ammo UI when holding a gun. I really like this. The Nerf guns now replace the real guns instead of being able to hold multiple. The flintlock now does variable damage from 20 to like 45. The force field has had its health points nerfed from 250 all the way down to 100. 100 health! That is insane. The cargo train was made easier, there are no longer lasers. The trampoline was sadly nerfed again. And one of the biggest miscellaneous changes is now cars no longer collide with train tracks. I did notice a few minor inconsistencies and bugs, but overall this is an awesome change. The tank was refreshed with a new model. C4 can now no longer block the casino entrance. Mansion invites have been completely reset, and now you can only hold a maximum of 5. Every CEO glitch was patched. The wait 0 seconds rounding error when spawning cars has been fixed. The vehicle hopping no longer works, which I find disappointing, and I honestly wish it didn't get patched. In addition to this, you are now no longer able to use cars to clip out of the map, like in the tunnel or the volcano base. The jewelry store now has an ending timer just like the bank. The OG Volt bike was removed and the cone was put back in the museum. And for the final notable miscellaneous change, you can now no longer fling your car by holding the window with your mouse. If you'd like to read more, I'll leave a link to the full changelogs in the description. Overall, I really like a lot of these changes in the update. I only slightly disagree with a few changes, like the vehicle hopping, lowering the force field health, and the flintlock change. I think the vehicle hopping was never a problem and didn't really need to be addressed. The force field is pretty much useless now because it dies to literally 4 shotgun shots, so there's basically no reason to carry one of these. But that's pretty much the extent of my complaints. Every other change I think was a good one. Let me know what you think about the update in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.